Hey kings and queens, how we doing today, baby? Today for our love series, we're going to speak about how God's love never fails. Baby, God is loyal. He 10 toes. That's why I love him so much. Like, I've never in my entire life had someone that is as loyal as God in my life. I would have loved to see, friends and family and past relationships where someone had that type of love for God, like God, I should say. But in reality, you're not going to get that from people. It's rare. I mean, legit, there are some people that will love you unconditionally. But like I said, it's rare. So you're going to have to go through a whole bunch of conditional love before you find somebody that give you some unconditional love. And so today we're going to be speaking about speaking out of 1 Corinthians 13 and 8, the NIV. And it just says, love never fails, period. Like I was saying, people's love change based on their mood, their convenience, their circumstances, what they can get out of you. It's like some old ulterior motive type stuff. But God's love is immutable, which means it never changes. It never changes. It's literally, as soon as God starts loving you, he's going to love you that same way to the end of time, to the end of our lives, And that's why he get G status. He the GOAT to me because, I can feel God's love inside of me. I can feel that it didn't change. I can feel that it's official, if you will. I done had so many people walk away from me. I done had so many people that have stabbed me in the back. I done had so many people that I was loyal to. And, they had eloquent words, if you will. And they tried to make it seem like they was just as loyal and loved me as much as I loved them. But the reality of it was they wasn't fooling with me like that. Once I was no longer useful to them, they switched up. Once they got whatever they wanted to get out of me, the switch up happened, and I'm pretty sure that you all have been through situations like that where someone actually dropped their mask and they weren't nothing that you thought they were, if you will. It was all a facade. And so people will break their promises, they'll break their loyalty, they'll break any types of contracts with you, whatever, spoken contracts is what I mean. They will break that with you at the drop of a dime when they have something that, maybe caught their eye, maybe they feel like it's better than you, or they want to upgrade from, the love that you was giving them, whatever the scenario is. People will walk away from you. And so God, though, God's love will always remain. My loyalty to God and the way I feel about God as a whole baffles people. They don't understand why I'm so dedicated to him. But one of the reasons why I love God so much is because when I make a mistake, when I fall short in some type of way, God does not judge me. God does not stop loving me. God don't switch up any of that on me. It doesn't. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I can do anything within reason, of course. And it's steady, it's constant, and it's unshakable. And that's why I call him the GOAT, because he's 10 toes. How many people have you had in your life that have switched up on you for the smallest, little pettiest, little stupidest stuff, and they looked at you a different way, treated you a different way, and they just was, it's almost as if they didn't love you at all type stuff, That's the reason why I'm dedicated to God, because I know that his love don't switch up like that. And so anything that you do, like I was saying, anything that you do, you gotta ground yourself with God, because the identity of God's love is so important in your life. I actually use God's love as a, let me see how I could say this, as a focus point. Okay? So when I meet people and when I'm trying to build new relationships, I look at the way that the love that God has showed me how to love people. I balance it and look at the way people treat me according to God's way of loving. And so because it's so unfailing and it's so unbiased, if you will, and unjudgmental, that's how I am able to tell if anyone can be around me or not. That's how I can tell if people, excuse me, are a blessing or, you know, a distraction, if you will. Because some people come into your life with the type of fake love, and it's like there's some type of necessity to it, if you will. It's like, okay, I'm gonna come in and love on you, but I know you're a more loving person, so because I want to drain you of all of your love, I'm going to pretend like I love you just so you can start to become my crutch, if you will. And so yeah, I balance it a little bit different, because people are unpredictable, and even though I do love people genuinely and unconditionally, I always make sure that I'm protecting my heart as well. Because God never wanted us to love to the point where we are now allowing people to actually harm us or hurt us or break our heart or make us cry or, just make us feel bad. That's not the way that God intended it to be. And so if you stay balanced on God's love, you'll be able to navigate the way that love should look. You'll be able to recognize, okay, I'm starting to see that your love is changing for me, so we need to course correct, if you will. You're not loving me out of the heart of God. You're not reciprocating the love that I'm giving you. You're kind of switching up on me, and I need to know where this is coming from, if we can repair it or if we can actually need to let this go, and so that's the way that you need to look at it, because anyone that actually loves you in real life, not play life, not the facade love, their love will not fail, because God's love don't fail. You see how this works? Their love is going to be consistent. Their love is going to be one thing that doesn't shift. Everything else can be shifting around you, but their love is going to be 10 toes like God. Okay? And so if you get somebody that throughout all of the differences and the changes of the seasons, if you will, and their love is still there for you and they don't waver, that's how you know that you got a dedicated person that loves you. You got somebody that has chosen to not let the love fail in the relationship, just like God. And your job is to make sure that you choose the same thing for them, because it's not a one-sided thing. You need to choose to not let your heart fail for that person. And that's how we are able to make sure that we're not losing ourselves in the process. That's the way that we're able to make sure that we can actually withstand all storms and anything that comes towards us, okay? This is a no-fail option. We together, we a team, if you will. And that's how I want you to look at love.